This is not a story of a successful expedition. It is the story of something far greater, a failure that became the ultimate testament to human courage, resilience, and leadership. This is the true, jaw-dropping saga of Ernest Shackleton and his crew, stranded at the bottom of the world. In August 1914, as World War I erupted, legendary explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton set out on one of the last great adventures, to cross the entire Antarctic continent on foot. His ship was the stout, wooden Endurance, named for his family motto, "By endurance we conquer." Little did they know how that name would be tested. By January 1915, they were just 85 miles from their landing point. But the Antarctic summer betrayed them. The pack ice closed in, gripping the Endurance in a frozen, unyielding vice. They were trapped, not for days or weeks, but for 10 long months. Their ship became a drifting prison in a silent, white desert. The men fought back. They used saws and picks in a futile attempt to free their home. But the ice was relentless. In October, the pressure became catastrophic. The wooden planks shrieked and splintered. The crew watched in horror as the ice slowly, methodically crushed the Endurance, forcing her stern into the air before she vanished into the dark, freezing waters. They were now 28 men, stranded on an ice floe, hundreds of miles from the nearest land. Their home was gone. All they had were 3 lifeboats, some sledges, and dwindling supplies. In this moment of absolute despair, Shackleton announced their new, singular mission. "We go home." His unwavering calm held the men together. For 5 more months, they drifted on the unstable ice, living in tents they named Patience Camp. They hunted seals and penguins to survive. The constant threat was the ice breaking beneath them, or a lead opening to swallow them whole. Morale was everything, and Shackleton maintained it with relentless optimism. In April 1916, the ice floe disintegrated, forcing them into the lifeboats. What followed was a 7-day nightmare across the world's most violent ocean. In 22-foot boats, they battled hurricane-force winds, freezing spray that coated them in ice, and waves that threatened to swallow them whole. They landed on the barren, uninhabited Elephant Island, the first solid ground they had stood on in 497 days. But they were still not safe. Elephant Island was nowhere near any shipping lanes. Knowing a rescue ship would never come, Shackleton made the most audacious decision. He and 5 men would take the strongest lifeboat, the James Caird, and sail 800 miles across the treacherous Drake Passage to South Georgia for help. For 16 days, they navigated by sextant through storms and fog, with the navigator, Frank Worsley, performing miracles of celestial navigation. Icy water sloshed in the bottom of the boat. They were constantly soaked, cold, and exhausted. It was one of the greatest small boat journeys in history. They landed on the wrong side of the island. The whaling stations were on the north shore. To reach it, Shackleton and 2 others made the first ever crossing of South Georgia's uncharted glacier-covered mountains. With only a carpenter's adze and screws from the boat for crampons, they trekked for 36 hours straight without sleep. When they stumbled into the Stromness whaling station, the manager didn't recognize them. They were haggard, their faces blackened by blubber soot, their clothes in tatters. They were ghosts from an expedition the world had presumed dead. It took Shackleton 4 attempts over 3 months to breach the pack ice and reach the 22 men left on Elephant Island. But he never gave up. On August 30th, 1916, he finally broke through. As he approached the beach, he called out, "Are you all well?" And from the shore came the resounding answer, "All safe, all well." After 634 days in the most hostile environment on Earth, after seeing their ship destroyed and facing certain death every day, not a single life was lost. Shackleton failed to cross Antarctica, but he succeeded in the most important mission of all. He brought every single man home alive.